Don't lecture me, counsel. I've been doing this longer than you've been alive.
So we don't know why anyone called. You might just have somebody speculating. We don't know. Somebody sees a person slumped, you're gonna call. It could be an unconscious person, it could be a guy who's been shot, could be all kinds of circumstances. This unknown caller, Judge, doesn't have personal knowledge, can't tell you why the guy was slumped behind the wheel. Good morning, Your Honor. Stephen Gale, on behalf of the people.
Hey, good morning, Your Honor. Regular Defender Service by University of Florida, 86643 on behalf of Mr. Palmer. Mr. Palmer, you know the judge name? Judge Oakley.
Thank you. Is it Drewer?
Sure.
Spell it.
R-O-U-R.
CHAH.
R.
Shore? Shuror. Like roar, shuror. Got it. Okay. All right, we ready?
Yes, sir.
All right. Sit down. Make yourself comfortable.
Preliminary.
Yeah.
Your Honor, we have a Michigan State Police crime lab developed from Northern County, which contraband confiscated in this case. The report has been marked as proposed exhibit 1. It shows that the substance was tested, and in fact, this cocaine, I shared it with counsel. I believe we have a stipulation with that.
That's correct, Judge.
Thank you. And you don't have to jump up to talk to me.
I may have put your Honor.
Sure.
Just for the record,
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
You already got it?
I would just like to note that the amount of that substance is about a quarter of a gram, less than a gram.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. So one witness exam will call Officer Gardner.
Any guard? No. When you're ready, Mr. Capel.
Morning, Officer Gardner. Work for the Romulus Police Department.
Yes.
Taking you back in time to October 5th of 2025 in the afternoon around 5:30. Were you working as a police officer?
Yes.
Where were you at that time?
At that time, I was dispatched to an address on Middle.
Do you remember the address on Bill?
I don't remember off.
If you saw the report, would it refresh your memory? Yes, with the address on Middle Street.
Yes.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Please.
Showing the witness page 2 of the police report. Officer Gardner, just review it and tell us when your memory is refreshed.
Okay.
What is the address on Biddle?
9526 though.
Now, at that time, are you in uniform or plain clothes?
In uniform,
Are you in a marked or unmarked vehicle?
in a marked vehicle.
Are you alone or do you have a partner?
At that time, I was alone.
Talk about Middle Street. Why were you at Middle Street?
We were dispatched to a male slumped over the wheel of a white Ford Bronco next to park next to the dumpster.
How much time passed between when you received the dispatch as to a man slumped over the wheel on Middle Street and when you actually arrived?
I don't know the exact time.
Approximately.
Under 5 minutes?
On that day, did you meet a gentleman named John Baldwin?
Yes.
You saw John Palmer again, you think you recognize him?
Yeah.
Tell the judge whether you see John Palmer.
I
What is he wearing?
a gray hoodie, black pants, sweatshirt.
Noted.
The record reflect the witnesses identified the defendant John Palmer.
Noted.
Where do you first see the defendant John Palmer?
I'm sorry.
Where do you first see the defendant John Palmer?
He was in the white Ford Bronco.
Is he alone or does he have a passenger?
Alone.
Is he behind the wheel or is he in the passenger area?
Behind the vehicle.
What do you notice, if anything, about the defendant?
He was slumped over the wheel. I also observed a needle on his slab at that time.
What was that, sir?
I observed a needle on his slab at that time.
Was he awakened at any time?
After I knocked on the window, he woke up.
How many times did you have to knock on the window?
I don't remember the exact amount, probably like 2 or 3.
So what do you notice, if anything, regarding John Palmer at this point?
He woke up, took what was off of his lap, placed it to the left of him, and rolled down the window.
What did he do with it?
He took the objects that were on his lap and placed it on the ground to the left of him.
Can you tell the judge what object you're referring to?
We recovered a capped needle and a
Michigan lottery ticket that was folded up containing a brown powdery substance.
But based on what you saw, did you form any inferences as to what might have happened?
Yes.
What inferences did you draw?
At that time, we inferred that he had taken drugs and was experiencing symptoms from that.
You used the pronoun we. Who's the second person?
Officer Green responded with me.
Solomon Green? What happens to these items that you just described in Judge Oakley?
After they were photographed, we collected them and they were placed on evidence.
What happens after that?
These are their lab sheets, there's some issues, they lab to be tested.
You mentioned waddle folds.
Yes,
Do you have any experience with waddle folds in your line of work?
surgery, we learned that typically it's used as a sword or, drug.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your,
Counsel, your witness.
Bill Street, what city is that located?
Right.
Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, Officer Garber. So you were dispatched for a welfare check.
Correct.
The dispatch related to that there had been a 911 caller.
Correct.
And that 911 caller had said that a man had been slumped over his steering wheel for several hours.
Yes.
You understood your job to be checking on this man's welfare.
Judge, Your Honor. That's not relevant. That's what she does.
She's already answered. Go ahead.
And that's reflected in your report? Yeah. And you weren't there for a fight? No. And you weren't there for any other criminal activity? No. When you got there, you saw that a man was unconscious.
He was slumped over the wheel.
Okay. Was that a yes or no, miss?
Yes.
And you saw a needle in his lap?
Yes.
And you recognize that to be drug paraphernalia? And this led you to believe that he could be unconscious due to drug use?
Yes.
And you and your partner asked the questions of his drug use?
Yes.
And you asked those questions so you thought he might overdose?
Your Honor, we would strike the answer of unconsciousness. She's not in a position to tell you that. She's not an ER doctor. She can tell you he wasn't awake, but how does she know whether he was unconscious?
Response.
Asking her what she observed. She can observe whether or not somebody is awake or conscious or what have you.
But this distinction could be conscious.
I'm not asking her for a medical.
Okay, we're going to talk one at a time. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I know it's not a really important point here, but there's a distinction between being unconscious and being asleep.
I'm not asking her to make a medical conclusion, Judge. I'm just asking her what she observed.
Okay, I'll allow it. I can weed the shaft from the wheat.
And you were asking those questions because you thought he might overdose.
Judge, irrelevancy. He either had drugs or he didn't have drugs.
What's the relevance?
Judge, I'm asking questions that fall within the statute that my client is charged under. And I'm allowed to ask those questions.
Has to be relevant, Your Honor.
Yeah.
And it is relevant.
Then explain why it's relevant.
It's relevant because this was a welfare check. Somebody was calling because they were concerned for my client's well-being. And I'm trying to gather information about what state my client was in.
Then ask her what state your client was in. You're asking her the reason she asked these questions. Those aren't relevant. The reason she's asking her questions aren't relevant.
And would you offer my client help?
Judge, irrelevance.
I'm
What
asking,
matter?
it does matter. I'm asking her what happened in this matter. And how this situation ended, Judge.
What's it matter? He's charged with possession.
He is charged with possession, Judge, but it's also what he was using those drugs for. I have stipulated to the lab report. And it matters how those drugs are being used.
How does that matter?
Judge, I will
Does he have a prescription for the cocaine?
not say that for cocaine drug, but it will be relevant in my mind.
Has to be relevant at this point.
It is relevant at this.
Then you have to explain to me how.
It's relevant because under the statute, there is a good Samaritan exception to this rule.
That protects the Good Samaritan.
I'm trying to get answers from Officer Gardner to show that that was a warranted call for Mr. Palmer's welfare. And Mr. Kaplan is not allowing me to do so.
Okay, but doesn't that statute protect the Good Samaritan?
No, the statute protects the person who is using.
There's no law of that. In fact,
Yes, there is. It is.
I didn't interrupt you.
I'm sorry, I thought you were done. You took a pause.
Go ahead.
There's no law to that effect. Now, there is some case law where if you have dope, you take it to the police station, you can relinquish. In this case, he fell asleep with the drugs on his person. How does that make him a good Samaritan? He's a bad Samaritan.
May I please cite the law?
Sure.
It is 333.7403, subsection 3A. May I read it into the record?
I'd rather you hand it to me because I don't do well when people read to me.
If I may have.
Yeah. Palmer's been presented for assistance by another individual.
Yes, that's correct. And it's relevant that I asked Officer Gardner if she procured assistance because that's what it was called.
Any argument to that?
How can staff?
Okay, counsel, I've asked him a question.
Anything related to this witness is hearsay. I know this is tangential. It's all hearsay. We can't cross-examine anyone who called, but it's not even relevant. If counsel were correct on this, you could have a drug kingpin who falls asleep at the wheel, and all the drugs found in his car can't be admitted. That's nonsense. There's no law to that effect.
Yeah, well, let's argue the language of the statute. The statute says an individual who seeks medical assistance for himself or herself, or who requires medical assistance and is presented for assistance by another, has an exemption. Her argument is because of the dispatch call, Mr. Palmer was presented for assistance by another.
First of all, we have the hearsay issue. She can't overcome. There's no doubt about it. It's a statement made out of court for truth of the matter asserted, so we don't know why anyone called. You might just have somebody speculating. We don't know. Somebody sees a person slumped at the, you're gonna call it. Could be an unconscious person, could be a guy who's been shot, could be all kinds of circumstances. This unknown caller, Judge, doesn't have personal knowledge, can't tell you why the guy was slumped behind the wheel.
Would you agree with me, counsel, that the reason for the call is pretty important for your argument? And would you also agree you can't establish that today at the probable cause hearing?
Check. Probable causes.
That's a yes or no question, counsel. How are you going to establish it without the person that called?
Would you like me to answer yes or no, or would you like me to answer?
I'd like you to answer yes or no. Are you going to be able to establish that today?
Yes.
Good luck. How are you going to do it?
Judge, I'm trying to, again, procure answers from Officer Gardner as to why she was there, how she was able to assist Mr. Palmer in doing those things. She has answered affirmatively
That doesn't do it though.
that she was there.
Presented for assistance by another individual. So she can't tell you why that individual called.
Judge, the purpose of this law is for.
Counsel, I understand the purpose for the law. That doesn't help us today. Today's a probable cause hearing.
Understand that the purpose also for the probable cause hearing, yes, is to
Don't
establish
lecture me, counsel. I've been doing this longer than you've been alive.
that Mr. Kaplan did open the door to the 911 call in his direct examination. I did not object to hearsay to him, and he did not object to hearsay when I asked the question of what the 911 caller had
It
said.
wasn't hearsay when he used it, counsel. It was meant to explain why she went to Biddle Street. That's not for the truth of the matter.
I understand, Judge, but,
Back to your questions.
and did you call for help?
Did we call EMS?
Yes,
To petition the bill, yes.
yes. Okay,
What'd you say to what, Dick?
To petition him.
Thank you.
okay. And Romulus Police, or, excuse me, not police, a fire department, they did respond, EMS came?
Yes,
Okay, and then they took him to the hospital?
yes, we're, Officer Green petitioned him.
Okay. And you did that because you believe that he needed that help?
For mental illness, yes.
Okay. Thank you.
No more witness questions for this witness?
No.
Any redirect?
Very great. Great to have her. You had other occasions where you were summoned, dispatched to an area of a person sleeping or slumping behind a wheel.
Yes.
Are there many circumstances that could cause him,
Yes,
like physical illness,
yes,
like overdosing,
yes,
like using too many drugs,
yes,
lack of sleep?
yes.
Any recross? Go ahead.
In search of the vehicle, right? It's,
Actually, outside the scope of the finding, but
judge, it's relevant, I'm just trying to lay a little bit of foundation.
But it's outside the scope.
May I approach this witness?
Sure. Morning, counsel.
Do you recall writing a report?
Yes.
And do you recall, stating in your
we
report?
have checked, the report is here saying she could be impeached if she made an inconsistent statement.
Okay,
Anything in the report is here.
do you recall evaluating whether he needed medical attention due to the state he was found in?
Checked and relevant.
It's within the scope of what he asked.
I'll allow it.
Yes. Okay, and that's consistent with your report, is that correct? Okay. And so you were trying to help him, not just for his mental illness, but for the state that he found him in.
We were trying to establish if he needed medical assistance or the state he was found in.
Okay, and you determined that to be in the affirmative, is that correct?
For possible overdose, no, he did not have any medical attention for that. Medical attention was called for the petition, the comments he made while in the back of the patrol car.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you recall retaining a monitor him because he was trying to ensure that he was still alert and responsive?
Checked and relevancy.
Again, this is within the scope of,
I'll allow it.
were you trying to ensure that he was still alert and responsive?
Yes,
And that's because of the state that you found him incorrect.
as well as because he told us that he had used 20 minutes prior.
Okay, so that's a yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
He told you that he's
Hold on, hold on. How many shots we gonna have at her?
there's no redirect, but if something new is opened up, don't have a chance,
No.
maybe.
Here's
Yeah.
mental health.
Okay.
He's had to go, he just received a prescription for an antipsychotic,
Okay.
and he's gonna follow up with this doctor really soon.
Okay. Okay.
Mom.
All right. Mom's on Wexford? Okay. Okay. I'd like to sentence today if I can get something on restitution.
Me too. Figure, step in here soon.
There's a James Humphreys on it.
He's an attorney, he would answer, and I chatted him and said, I think he's the wrong one, so he could say that.
So do you have a treatment plan? Yeah. Are you doing any kind of counseling, any kind of therapy, anything like that?
Trying to get into the therapists, but they like out, so they were trying to like look for someone.
All right. Who are you working with on that? Your doctor? Your doctor's trying to find someplace to get you in? Okay.
Or
Yeah. How often you see your doctor?
hey,
So on a monthly basis?
three,
Every 2 or 3 months? Okay. Do you have any restitution information from Red Roof Inn?
Yes, sir, $2,900.
$2,900?
Yes.
Thank you. I hate to order restitution when the guy doesn't have the ability to pay for it.
Yes, sir, what at 2 years, potentially.
All right, Mr. Martin, anything else?
Just what I said before, Judge, that Mr. Brooks, he's been in touch with me throughout all of this. I represented him in the last case, he got family support, and I'm glad to hear, you know, he's got follow-up appointments with his doctor. I think once he, you know, nips into the mental health issues, then I think everything will be on track for him. You know, he's expressing a lot of sincerity about, you know, staying on his medications.
Yep.
Life is better, he's on medications. So I believe this young man has a chance to succeed on probation.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put you on probation for 24 months. It's a non-reporting probation. You stay out of trouble, that's obvious. Stick with your treatment plan. So whatever the plan is with your doc, you stick with that plan, and pay your restitution. So work out some kind of payment plan with us. Do your best on that and stay out of trouble. And there won't be any additional penalty. If you end up with new charges while you're on probation with me, then I may very well sentence you for violating probation. You understand that? All right, listen to me. You're a local guy. I mean, you're just an Ipsy. If your treatment plan is not doing what you need, come back and see us and see if we've got any resources we can help you with. All right? Because I don't want to punish you on this case. But if you just go out there and start doing stuff the wrong way and you don't come ask for help, then you kind of tie in my hands. Understood? All right. Anything else?
I thank you very much.
All right. Good luck, Mr. Brooks.
Thank you.
Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, you already owe us all kinds of money. Is that what your doing work program is to pay off this money?
I think that's just a condition of probation. Judge.
Okay, so he's already into us for $2,300 on other files. So we've got options where he can do some work days to knock that down. He can do some charity work to knock that down. So explore those options, get this stuff taken care of. All right. So listen to me. If somewhere in the future you and I are having another conversation on the file I just put you on probation on because you're not doing everything exactly right, but I can see that you've really been trying to take care of your business, then I can give you a little grace. But if you just ignore everything you owe the court and you're having problems, you hear me? All right. So it doesn't have to be money to take care of your files. Restitution's got to be cash.
Yeah.
All right. Good luck.
Thanks, guys.
Mhm.
This file?
Mhm.
Yeah, well, Mr. Turner also did just personal money. So, JD had mentioned setting it for a final pretrial. I will,
With complainant to be here?
he was complaining to be here and then we'll just, when he comes in, I might see, talk from on Shane.
What are we doing on the felony?
I don't know what they're doing. yet, but I needed to verify that.
Yeah, that makes sense. You got a date for that piece, the final pretrial?
Let's do July, wait a minute, so this.
For staff, Jonathan Roberts, P86428, on behalf of Mr. Mullis, asked to files ending 0407-SM and 0406-ST, which are being covered by Mr. Mohammed. Mr. Mullis, please state your name for the form.
Thank you. You can have a seat, sir.
Judge, in regards to the DWLS counter case, I'm moving for a nolle process in the interest of justice. It's my understanding the city had prosecuted on that case already, so there appears to be some potential double jeopardy.
Okay.
So in the interest of justice, I'm moving to dismiss that case.
No objection?
Without objection.
Thank you.
In
As,
regards to the malicious destruction of the property case, Judge, the pleading witness was subpoenaed to be here. She's failed to appear. The officer did make attempts to serve the complaining witness in this case of her subpoena. He informed me that on 6/17, he attempted to serve her in person. On 6/18, he left voicemails on Friday, and on Friday morning, he sent an email with a subpoena explaining that her attendance was needed for this case to move forward. There was no response. So based on that, people are unable to proceed.
thank you, Mr. Roberts.
On that basis, Judge, dismiss without prejudice.
Granted. All right, thank you, Ms. Rahman. All right, Mr. Lecky, now your appearance.
Your Honor, Jake Levy, appearing on behalf of the people, EA000.
And again, good morning to your Honor, for staff on Roberts P 8, representing Mr. Mullis, on file and 0153-FY. Mr. Mullis is to my left. Taking the vote.
Thank you. Have a seat, Mr. Moss. Are we ready to get started, guys?
Yeah, for the record, I believe Mr. Leckie is intending to add certain charges that is like those to be noticed prior to the exam.
Yes, Your Honor. So at this time, the people are looking to add the failure to stop after collision. I don't have the MCLs right now. I'm sorry. And the license plate, registration, title, and lawful use. Like I said, I can look at the MCLs.
Okay,
But they are misdemeanors. However, I think testimony is going to come out today. Work permitted.
okay. All right, ready to get started on the exam?
Ready.
Let's call a witness.
But this time, we are going to ask that officer. Kind of hold on, we stand.
Officer, come on up.
And officer, probably good for us. Sorry. Here, I'm going to ask for a mutual order of sequestration. Thanks.
Okay, granted. Raise your right hand. Swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth today. Come on up here, watch your step on my ramp, settle in that chair. Holcomb, HOLC. When you're ready.
Yes. And before we begin, we are going to be offering evidence under MCL 76827C. It is the hearsay exception that allows a domestic violence incident to come in. We see that it be entered in through this witness. I believe her testimony will reflect that all the elements are met to allow that exception.
All right. Proceed.
Okay. Good morning, Officer. Oh, how are you employed?
With the city of Belleville
As what?
as a police officer.
Okay, if you could, I'm having a difficult hearing a few things. Yes, perfect. And how long were you employed in that capacity?
The city of Belleville approximately a year. Overall,
Yes, either.
overall 19 years as a police officer.
And what do you do as a part of your duties as an officer in the city of Belleville?
Routine patrol, which was traffic stops, responding to police runs, traffic accidents, things of that nature.
Okay. And did you respond to a police run at a 213 Aberdeen Port in Belleville, Michigan on June 1st, 2026?
Yes.
And was that, and what time of day is that?
It was in the evening, it was 21:30.
Judge, for the record, I believe Officer Holcomb is reading from a report. I just want that to be shown for the record.
Yeah.
Noted.
Going to note that.
Go ahead.
So now that your record is placed face down in front of you, what time did you arrive for it?
We were dispatched, I was at the location within 30 seconds of dispatch.
And Judge, if we could get clarification, you said B, so what was your reply to?
Fair enough.
Officer Pearl.
Okay. And yourself, correct? Okay. So you both arrived at that location. What did you see when you looked at?
On my arrival, I saw some reverse lights coming out of the driveway of the location.
Okay, of what do you know what vehicle was?
It was a Chevy Equinox.
Okay, and did you at any time stop that vehicle?
I activated my overhead lights, and gave verbal commands for the defendant to pull that other in the driveway.
Okay, so you stated defendant. Who is that?
Cody Wallace.
Okay, is that person? Yeah. Could you have a- And this is the individual that you saw, right?
Objection to leading, Judge.
Sounded like it. Rephrase.
And this individual, who is that? Who's the driver?
The driver of the vehicle was Cody Wallace.
Okay, and that is the person,
Objection to leading.
and is that person in the court?
Yes,
Okay, can you point them out, they know that, too?
yes, it's driver behind him, jumps.
Noted.
Thank you. So at this time, Cody Moss, that is the person that you stated earlier was the defendant, is that?
Correct.
Okay, so. Now. What did you see? That vehicle do?
Reversing out of the driveway.
Does it do anything else?
Came very close to striking my car, but swerved to miss my car.
So he's, and when did that happen?
Upon my arrival,
Yes, how shortly after?
Indian.
Okay. So just for clarification. You are driving to this residence, you see this vehicle back out, and then you actually go to the second.
Correct.
Okay, what happens?
What happened next, you said?
Yeah.
Mr. Mullins follows my commands and pulls back into the car.
Okay, so down the street and then goes back into the car.
Correct.
You notice anything,
Well, Judge, advocate, I've got this clarification of her testimony. She never said that he was in the street. She said that he was still in the driveway, so I asked if that portion be stricken.
I asked if she would pull over in the street, she said yes.
Clarify with some follow-up questions.
So what did you see this car do? I want you to explain every single detail you saw this car do.
So I see the backup lights as I bend the corner to get to the location. I, at that point, speed up because I anticipate him attempting to flee. When I did that, I activate my lights. He's
Where's there?
the 213 Hevery.
Okay, keep going.
I'm in front of the driveway, I activate my lights. He's still reversing, swerves to miss my car and enters into the roadway.
Okay. Then what?
I give verbal command to return to the driveway and he follows those verbal commands.
Okay. Then what?
Then, Officer Pro pulls up at that time and we attempt to separate the parties, Jennifer and Cody, to figure out what is happening.
Okay, so at the time this car pulls into the driveway, there is another individual there, you identify, is that correct? Okay, and who did you say that was?
Jennifer DeBoer,
Okay, and where was she at?
she was also in the group. On both.
Okay. What happened after that?
I then spoke with Jennifer and my partner spoke to Cody.
Now, in your conversation with Jennifer, how long after the call was that?
A minute or two.
Okay. And what did she indicate to you?
And I would object this. That's what you're saying.
So this is the hearsay that we're getting in under 27C. It is a instance of domestic violence. It was shortly after this officer has indicated court will hear it that it is an instance of domestic violence, so it comes in our judge.
Anything else, Mr. Roberts?
What were that?
I'll go ahead.
So what did that individual indicate to you?
She indicated that she had invited Cody over to speak in public service.
Okay, I'm not clear.
Also know that there was an active PBO in that at the time of this. She said that the conversation turned into an argument. She asked Cody to leave. She said if we can call 911, and she said that Cody said if she called 911, he was going to kill her. She said that they had a struggle. He put her against his car, making car parts fall off of his car. And tearing her shirt, and bruising her. She said that at that point, she tried to call 911 again. Cody slept the bone out of her.
So I want to know this topic. So I see her looking at something.
Um,
So I'm seeing what exactly she stated to you. Do you remember off the top of your head?
well, this is my police report that I did,
That wasn't the question. The question is, do you remember?
but not 100%.
Okay, so are you referring to something to,
And Judge, I'll renew my objection, so the issue here is that the statement needs to be reliable, and if she's reading from the report, I think she just testified that this is really good to read from the report, which is right next to her record. There's asked for clarity as to whether or not she can remember, and now it's, I can, but not 100%. And we're straining the purpose of this rule, which is to allow for reliable testimony. I just want to read my objection to hearsay because I don't think this is following what it's going to see at this point.
Mr. Leckie?
Yeah, I was in the middle of trying to get there, but I was interrupted during the questions by extension.
Try.
Any additional information? So you can explicitly remember word for word at this moment what she said.
There's a sequence of events. I don't want to misquote this.
Well, just answer my question. No,
Question.
can you explicitly right now remember word for word exactly what she said? Okay, but on that day and that time, you did have a conversation.
Correct.
You did detail that in the police report, correct? Okay, now is that police report what you had in front? Now, if you had to, you could remember that conversation, correct?
Objection, Judge, that's speculation and it's leading.
Could you remember a conversation based on it? So, how this procedure works is if I ask you a question of what she said next, if you say, I don't remember, then we have to go through is there something that would help you remember that conversation? So is there something that would help you remember that conversation? Okay, and what is that? Okay, so take a minute, look over that. And then once you have, flip it over, and then we'll start this from the beginning, if that's fair. Okay. But there are the objections.
I don't know if it's been ruling, but I'll let her do it.
I'm allowing it.
So you flipped your vision board, there you go. Take your memory refreshes to your conversation with that victim that day at that time. Okay, and what did she tell you? Let's start back from the beginning to work our way, okay? So what did she say to you?
She said when she invited Cody over to the conversation regarding Wisconsin.
Okay, and then what?
She stated that after it turned into an argument, she asked Cody to leave. As she was asking Cody to leave, they ended up in the garage from the home. She said Cody pinned her against his vehicle, causing damage to his vehicle and bruising on her. She stated that she was unable to break free from that, and he pinned her against the storm door in the garage and put his arm around her neck, choking her.
Okay, and what else did she describe?
When I asked her on a scale of 1 to 10, for a level of choking, she said it was 10. She couldn't breathe, and she believed that he was going to kill her.
And what else?
She stated that lasted for approximately 15 seconds.
Anything else?
After that, she said she tried to call 911, and he slapped the phone out of her hand. She yelled in the house for her daughter to call 911. Daughter came out, he released the grip from her, and she stopped the call 911.
Anything else? Then?
after she called 911, she said that he realized that she called 911, and that's when he got his vehicle to police.
And that's where you see him next.
Correct.
Okay. Do you see anything stand out about? So you talked to her. Did you look at the car that defendant?
Yes.
What stood out to you about that car?
There was a mark on the rear passenger bumper door panel area consistent with,
Objection, that I think that's going with speculation, she just over observation.
Fair enough.
What did you observe?
I saw vehicle damage on the property.
Okay. And did you see anything else of any, what else did you see?
I saw vehicle damage on a Jeep that was parked in the driveway.
Oh. And can you describe the damage?
There was paint transfer on both cars. Consistent with
Objection, Judge.
possible collision.
Okay.
So
So,
it's speculation, so the collision piece, not an objection.
Any response to speculation, objection?
fine.
Move on.
So you saw paint marks on both cars, is that right? Right. So one car was what? The Jeep was what color?
Jeep was black.
Okay, and what paint trade did you see on that car?
I saw silver paint on a Jeep,
Okay, and what car did you say the defendant was driving?
a silver Equinox.
Okay, and so that car was silver, as you just stated.
Correct.
What color paint is on there? Okay, and was there anything else around that scene that you noticed?
There was broken parts from his vehicle in the garage from when he entered.
Objection, Judge, that is speculation. That would be.
It is.
So, without speculating, you can only testify what your.
Garage.
And okay, now, this is just you. What did you do next with that information? Okay,
I advised the partner that Cody was arrested for the use.
okay, and then did you arrest? Now, when you arrest him, do you look up he was driving, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, did you look up anything about his car?
Member did not.
Okay, so your partner, Officer Brooks, then. Did you look up and does that include his registration status and all of that? Now. And you saw those car parts, did you see even from the did you see anything else besides his vehicle reverse?
Upon my arrival, I observed the reverse lights. And I saw the reverse lights go off and him pull forward. And then him start re-reversing. And that was when I was directly behind.
Okay, so, and him being the defendant, see the solid defendant's car's reverse lights go on.
Yes.
Then go forward. Then it changed and went back again. Oh. Your Honor, I'm looking for.
Mr. Roberts, your witness.
Good, all this afternoon, Officer Holcomb, how are you doing? Great, thank you. Now, have you ever interacted with Mr. Wallace before?
Yes.
And that was during your time as a Bellevue police officer? You've also interacted with Jennifer before? And for this case, you're saying you had that conversation with Jennifer the day of the incident, fair to say? So of course, as officer in charge, you wanted to make sure that Jennifer could testify if she was willing to, correct? And as part of that, there was subpoena sent to Jennifer.
I did forward her via email.
You also know that there are other cases involving Cody Wallace and Jennifer, correct? And there have been attempts to serve her with subpoenas for those, correct? You're aware that at least for the more contemporaneous cases, she was attempted service on June 17th, is that correct?
That's what I just said.
As well as June 18th?
That's what I just said.
Well, Your Honor, that's hearsay.
Oh, she doesn't really know. I don't mind it. If you don't know, you can just say you don't.
I just heard it in the previous,
Okay.
Understood.
So I asked to be strict.
Stricken.
So with respect to your subpoena efforts, did you make any contact with Jennifer after that day? Okay, did you attempt to go to her house?
I think the next day. But I've been out of town for the last 10 days, so,
So I'm assuming you kind of delegated that to somebody else.
I forwarded her subpoena. I should, and Sunday, Monday night.
Okay. Any other contact that you've had with Jennifer since that evening?
One day after, I was about,
Now, as part of this case, because it's domestic violence, you typically prepare a domestic violence report, correct?
yes,
And that is to document your observations on the scene there, as well as document any injuries that you see on a victim, correct? And the importance of that is to make sure that even if we're dealing with the case from months away, years away, you can remember what was fresh in your mind, correct?
yes,
And for any of those reports, you'd agree with me that you want to be extremely detailed and you want to be accurate. You prepared one of those for this case, correct?
Yes.
And I just want to go over what you noted in that report. It's fair to say, in that report, you denied that there was a PPO against Mr. Wallace, fair?
I'm not sure, I believe there was an active PPO at the time of this.
So my question is a little different. In your domestic violence incident report, it's fair to say you denied that there was a PPO against Mr. Wallace, correct? Would reviewing the domestic violence incident report refresh your recollection? Your Honor, approaching opposing counsel witness in turn, the report will be marked as A for identification purposes. It's page, that's so happy. Can you see the screen, officer?
Yes.
Can you tell us what this is? Is this
Speak up, counsel, or officer. Thank you.
the report you prepared for the incident involving Cody Mullis and Jennifer on the date that you stated?
Yes,
Just want to review it. If you can, let me know when your memories refresh.
see that, that was probably accidental.
So to answer my question, in the report that you stated clearly has to be accurate, has to be detailed, you put that there was no PPO against Mr. Mullis, correct?
In that domestic violence report, correct, in the incident report,
So my question is about the domestic violence report. Thank you, officer. You also made notations as to injuries, correct?
yes,
And the helpful thing about these incident reports is that there's actually a figurine where you can mark injuries, correct? And you're expected to mark injuries on the figurine so that we have a detailed understanding of what injuries were fresh from the incident, fair to say? On your domestic violence incident report, you made no notations of injuries on the figurine, is that correct?
I don't have that yet.
Would reviewing it again refresh the recollection? Permission to approach again, thank you. With defense A for the record.
And just let me know when you're ready.
Okay.
So I'll ask again, officer, on the incident report, which is supposed to be both detailed and accurate, you don't make any notations as to injuries on the figuring, correct? There's also a place where you can indicate whether there was strangulation, correct? Like checkboxing? You're not sure? Would reviewing refresh? Is that a yes?
Yeah.
Approaching with defense A. Let me know when you're ready.
Yes.
So there is a place where you can mark whether you saw signs of strangulation, correct? You did not mark that there were signs of strangulation in your incident report, correct? What you do know in your incident report is that you have somewhat of a problem with Mr. Mullins.
No.
Well, you specifically know that Mr. Mullins has arrest for domestic violence, but he doesn't have any convictions. So Jennifer's not here today, correct?
Right.
To the best of your knowledge, she hasn't communicated to you about the case.
Right.
You're still testifying about that incident, fair? A moment.
Nothing for legal, thank you.
Mr. Lucky?
Okay, very good.
Oh, so you can step down. Watch your step on that ramp. Mr. Lucky, before you call the next witness, are you going to call another witness? Let me take care of a plea. Mr. Duncan on Ibrahim.
Well, Judge Murray Duncan appearing on behalf of the defendant.
Good morning.
We've had, in this far, today, the date and time set for a bench trial, there's been an agreement that my client can keep going to allow an unlicensed person to operate more vehicles and to impeding traffic. A fraction would be dismissed and the driving as suspected would be dismissed.
Thank you. Any objection if I just process one file, just dismiss the civil infraction outright and just hit him a little harder with the money on the misdemeanor? Just less work for Heather. All right, Mr. Abraham, do you understand your rights?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Understand the options those rights give you today?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand the possible penalty for the added charge of allow unlicensed driver to operate?
Yes.
Understanding all of that, are you pleading guilty to that charge today freely and voluntarily?
That is correct.
Sir, did you operate a vehicle on March 9, 2026 at a location near Harrison and Cherry in the city of Romulus? At that time, was your license suspended, revoked, or denied? Counsel satisfied?
Yes.
I'll accept the plea to the added charge, dismiss both the original charges. What should I know about Mr. Ibrahim before I sentence him?
Yes, that would be great for me because he's eligible to have hearing, but obviously if he's put it one on his record, he wouldn't be happy.
Yeah,
So he's gonna retain me now. We're gonna go ahead and.
good. Good luck with your license.
Thank you.
All right, you working?
Yes.
Where at? How long?
Eight.
Okay. Anything else you want me to consider before I sentence?
Going to move forward, be more responsible with my actions and do the right thing, to go about the right process, to do what I need to do, Your Honor.
All right. You don't have a hearing date yet?
No, I had to wait and see what happens.
Yeah, but he's eligible.
You know,
Okay. What, just curiosity, time frame? How long will it take you to get in front of somebody?
gonna get a substance abuse evaluation, so that's gonna take probably about
Yeah.
3 weeks.
Yeah.
3 to 6 notarized letters.
Mhm.
And he's gonna fill out a form, I turn that in, and when I do turn that in, sometimes I get a hearing in 4 to 5 weeks, sometimes it's 12 weeks, it just, I think depends on how busy.
How they fall.
There's 10 hearing officers.
Okay. All right. All right, I will do fines and costs, $750, and I'm ordering 4 days on the court work program as an alternative to jail. You pick which days you want to work. We're currently scheduling Monday through Saturday. Can you pay the $750? How much is bond money on that one? Okay, so the civil infraction's already got $230 on it. We'll apply that to the $750. Can you pay the balance today or do you need options? All right, pay that today and schedule your work days. Any questions?
No.
All right, good luck with your license. Sure.
I was just gonna let you know, I visited
Good to see you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome, sir. You want to tell Jacob I'm ready to go? Mr. Lecky, who's your next witness? Come on up, Officer Pearl.
Okay, well,
Stands for stipulation? Just hang out right there.
so stipulation 2 is invalid license. That the license plate he was using was not his, it was from a Ford F-150. The license plate on this vehicle was a license plate to a Ford F-150, not his.
And he wasn't driving an F-150.
And that his license plate registration and insurance were all invalid.
Solely for the purpose of exam, I don't want to say stipulate because still Bruce, but I would not object to those being part of the find over argument.
Police found a man passed out behind the wheel with a syringe on his lap and drugs sitting in plain sight. But his attorney argued the evidence should never have been used against him. That shocking legal battle became the focus of this dramatic courtroom hearing. It all began when a 911 caller reported a man who had been slumped over the steering wheel for several hours. Within minutes, officers arrived. They found John Palmer alone inside a white Ford Bronco. He wasn't responding. According to the officer, there was a needle resting on his lap. After knocking on the window several times, Palmer finally woke up. But as he came to, officers say he quickly moved the items from his lap. When police searched the area, they recovered a capped syringe and a folded lottery ticket containing a brown powder that later tested positive as a controlled substance. At first, the prosecution believed the case was simple. The drugs were recovered, the lab confirmed what the substance was, and the officer described exactly what she had seen. But then, the defense changed the entire direction of the trial. Instead of arguing about whether the drugs existed, the attorney argued why the police were there in the first place. She reminded the judge that officers weren't dispatched to investigate a crime. They were sent because someone feared the driver had suffered a medical emergency or possible overdose. Then she introduced a legal argument few people in the courtroom expected. She claimed Michigan's Good Samaritan law could protect someone who receives emergency